Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to pick back up with this Memorymoog. It's been through burn-in, and unfortunately we have another failure. This failure here is very odd. It acts like it's an auto-tune problem, but if I hit a key reference, we got some voices that are in, some voices that are out. I've got oscillator 1 turned up only, as you can hear. The voice 5 and 6 on that oscillator will bring up oscillator 2. 4, 5, and 6 there. Turn this one here up. As you can see, we got something going on there, big time. If we run auto tune, it's only going to tune 3 voices. I've done a power cycle too to see if maybe it's just a glitch or something, but power cycle doesn't fix it. It doesn't seem to be a vibration problem either. So it just kind of showed up here randomly. So something I will show you too about debugging these things, it's kind of nice. You have the software in this thing, just like what we saw when you look at the hex readings. I've already looked at this, so I'll show you what this thing looks like when you have a voice failure. So C7, enter. So now we're in basically how you check your hex readings. If we look at oscillator, or voice 4, oscillator 1, for example, we can see it looks good. We're getting the readings. It looks very close to what it needs to be. If we go here though, and hit enter again, and goes voice 4, oscillator 2, right there it pitches low. So oscillator 2 of voice 4 is a problem. Let's see about voice 3, or oscillator 3. Voice 4, oscillator 3, pitch low. So oscillator 1's okay on voice 4, but the other 3, or the other 2 oscillators are out. So that's a good quick way you can look and see what's going on with voices of the ones that aren't working. Pitch is too low. If your pitch is too high, it'll say pitch high. Or if you don't have any oscillator, it'll say dead oscillator. So it's actually a really nice kind of debugging feature there. But like I say, I don't know if this is caused by the auto-tune reference. Maybe the bus for the auto-tune's dropped out. Maybe the Curtis 3340s have done something weird. It's kind of odd that they'd all be uniform across the voices, so I kind of doubt that. I'm thinking more of like a CV reference problem here. Something's either gone bad on the demux, or or something, just a bad connection or something like that. But we're going to open it up here and see what's going on. I now have this thing all opened up here, and I gave it some thought about the possible failure trend that we're having, and it almost acts like it's an auto-tune issue based on what I'm seeing. Because I was listening to the oscillators, and although the oscillators are not calibrating, they're all uniform the way they're out. Usually if you lose like an oscillator, they'll be all out from each other, but I don't hear that. So I'm thinking it's an auto-tune issue. So what happens, once again, I explained this again, I know I explained this earlier, but the way the auto-tune works, when you hit auto-tune button, the computer sets up a DAC CV output for that oscillator under test, and it does a frequency count. And so it knows that CV voltage reference, that the frequency should be within a certain range. And then what you have the auto-tune buses back here, which are also CV rails, and it'll compensate the CV on those rails to get the frequency it wants at that given voltage, the DAC, and then it saves it in memory, and that's how auto-tune works. That's it in a nutshell. So what I've done here to do our test, I've actually hit C6 enter, which, like I said earlier, it homes your voltages for your CV rails, so they're all going to be uniform, should be. And roughly the home voltage is like 1.8 volts, as you'll see on the meter here. I'm going to go through the voices and see if that's actually working. And so we know we have voice 1 and voice 2, and we saw in voice 4, I think it was, yeah, voice 4, when we hit C7, we could see oscillator 1 was running, but oscillator 2 and 3 said pitch low. So we're going to start at voice 4. So we're going to start here. So I'm going to go back here to our actual auto-tune buses. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's voice 4, oscillator 1 should be 1.8 volts, and it is. Let me see, my batteries are getting low on my meter, the light might go out. So it's 1.8 volts. That's what oscillator 2 is doing. Oscillator 2 has 0 on it. Look at that. So it is an auto-tune issue. That should be 1.8 volts. Here's oscillator 3. Should be 1.8 volts. So that's voice 4. Here's voice 5, oscillator 1. It's 0. Oscillator 2 is 0. Oscillator 3 is 0. And then of course 6 is probably going to be the same way. Here's oscillator 1, 0, oscillator 2, 0, and oscillator 3 is 0. So our auto tune has quit working. So let's look at voice 1. We know voice 1 actually calibrated. It should be 1.8 on all those. Here's oscillator 1 of that one. It's 1.8. Here's oscillator 2 of voice 1, 1.8. Here's oscillator 3 of voice 1, 1.8. So it is an auto tune failure. And let me take a quick look at it here. Because you know what? I thought I replaced all those chips that would associate with this. Nope. You know what? It's one chip I forgot to replace. I replaced the set of chips, the chipset for these, and I've got one old one, and it dropped out. So this goes to show you to double check everything too. Even as good as I am at these things, I still sometimes miss stuff, and that's the example. So we have one chip. I replaced the other ones, and I can almost guarantee it's going to be this chip. It's actually the hex buffer. It's so I have a feeling it's going to be that chip there that dropped out. But this is also the important burn-in. That's why I do like 12, 13-hour burn-ins, because it makes these chips run, and that allows me to see if there's anything that shows up. And sure enough, we have an auto-tune problem that showed up. And because we had auto-tune show up, it would have went out the door. This chip could have fell outside my shop. One chip I forgot to replace, and it causes havoc. As you can see, one chip makes it not play right. So I'm going to get that chip replaced, and it should take care of our problem. So I pulled that chip, and I did do a test on the chip, and it did fail. So that was our problem. So now if we look at this thing, I've just turned it back on, set it back up. Here's voice 4, oscillator 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oscillator 3, there's 1.8. Here's oscillator 2 of that, 1.8. Here's voice 5, oscillator 1. They're all there. Look at that. So there's oscillator 3 of that one. Here's voice 6. It's there. All three oscillators are there. So that was our problem. So I can guarantee you now, if we hit auto tune and run it, it should sound good again. Let's see. Let's run auto tune. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing back here. I just got auto tune run. It should say 6 tuned. Six tuned. There we go. So now we got oscillator 1 turned up only, and it should sound. There it is. Perfect. So that was our problem. But just goes to show you, that's one reason I do a lot of burn-ins, a lot of testing here, because sometimes I'm pretty good at it, but sometimes it's just one chip I might miss, and sure enough, that was one example of I replaced all that chipset, but I just forgot one of them, and guess what? It was the one that bit me. So that's why you have to really pay attention as well. These things are really complex. It's easy to miss something, but the burn-in let me catch that. Now it also shows you too why I do restorations only, because you can see those chips just drop out. That's why I only do restorations. Alright, so I put some more burn-in time on this unit after that auto-tune failure that we had. I just want to make sure nothing else creeped up in this thing. It's done very good. It's done actually really great, to be honest with you. And couldn't be happier with it. But it still plays great. But I will show you some of the other testing I do here. This is where I was talking about I don't share everything on camera. But I'm going to show you on this one. So if I take it and I just pick it up and I drop it, literally, I want to make sure we don't have any problems. Works great, as you can see. So dropping it, doing some vibration testing, that kind of stuff, and make sure that we're not going to have any problems. Works great. See, no problems there. But that's some testing I've done. Of course, I've already done that drop test quite a few times, so I know it's good. But I just want to show you guys that on camera, because actually I do drop them and I physically kind of beat them up a little bit. But once again, I'll just give you guys a quick walk around here. Just let you see this thing for one final time before I box it up here. And just a really fantastic unit. Once again, all this woodwork looks fantastic. Everything looks uniform. Everything looks great. And a few other things I did that I have not mentioned yet is actually I caught it. I actually caught it during my last quality check here. So I was missing one screw in the heatsink here. It now has the screw in the heatsink it needs right there. That was missing. I didn't catch it till last visual inspection here. But I got a screw in there, so I got that fixed. I also fixed the power switch, so the power switch is now fixed. I just took it apart, really just flushed it, got all the old hard grease out of it, and re-lubed it, and now it's nice and smooth. Once again, this sticker is going to be replaced by Analog U.S. once they get it back, so that sticker will be new when it goes to market. But this unit will be for sale, so for you guys that might be looking for a really nice Memorymoog, here's a chance to own one that's actually been gone through, with a fine-tooth comb, and I think it'll be a great unit for whoever gets it here. But once Analog U.S. has it back, I'm sure they'll get it posted on their website pretty quickly. I'll actually add a link in this video description so you guys can go check that out for those that might be interested in purchasing this unit. But I don't believe there's one thing I didn't touch on this particular unit. It was pretty rough on arrival, but we've made it into a really beautiful instrument. It's had all the testing and calibrations and common failure trend components replaced, and it's just a great unit overall. So before I hook this thing up to direct audio and everything, I'm just going to show you here on camera real quick. We're in debug mode. I've got the filters all self-oscillating, all the oscillators turned down, and just going to show you these filters real quick, how great they sound. They're never perfect, but we can go. Anyways, there's our filters all working. And so now we'll open up the filter here. We'll bring up oscillator 1. And get back to, so we'll go back to 6 here. So we'll go through the voice, the actual oscillators of each voice. So here we go. Let me actually go up in frequency with my hand here. So there's a sawtooth of oscillator 1. Here's the square waves of oscillator 1. And here's the triangular wave of oscillator 1. Like so. Turn on oscillator 1. Here's oscillator 2 up. Here's the square wave. And here's the triangular wave. So there's oscillator 2. And here's oscillator 3. There's our sawtooth, square wave, and triangular wave. And there we go. And then we'll combine all these oscillators together so you can hear just how accurate they are across the voices. So anyways, you can hear how great that sounds. So let me get the camera on the tripod here, and we'll go through some presets and kind of let you hear this thing with some direct audio here. Alright, so now we're just going to start here with some direct audio recording. Just going to go through some presets and stuff. But before we do that, I'm just going to kind of show you some of the sounds right here. Just something I'm going to build custom. And so let's start with that. It's going to be some FM synthesis kind of stuff happening. I've got hold modes. I got a chord. This is the filter you're hearing there. And we'll have some fun with this. So anyway, you can hear just some fun sounds there. That's using some FM synthesis techniques there. I got a chord progression held, so if we go back to preset 1, I still got the hold. Turn that off, now it's... So that's preset 1. Just reset. We'll go to preset 2, good brassy. Just a really good preset there. That's probably the one you've heard the most throughout this whole series. Preset 3. Preset 4 is a really good organ. And that's one using oscillator 3 as an LFO source, still tracking the keyboard so it changes frequency as you play different keys. That's what you're hearing there. Preset 6. Preset 7. Preset 8, oscillator sync. Preset 9, have a simple preset. Let's go to preset 21. I'm not going to go through all the presets, but we'll go to some of the good ones here. Here's 21. And the thing is, with the Memorymoog, it sounds great, but if we put just a little bit of reverb on something like this right here, I'll add just a little bit of reverb to it. Just a really great preset there. Turn that reverb back down here. We got some weird stuff in here like this one right here. This here's one of my favorites too. It's actually got a shimmering effect. And that's another one of those sounds, if you add just a little bit of reverb to it. Just a really great sound. There's some really good presets in here. Of course, it really comes alive when you start programming this thing. This is one of my favorites right here. It's a good filter effect. Here's preset 32. And that's when using unconditional contour, it's actually following out the contour as we play. You can see I don't have to hold in a note. If I turn unconditional contour off, I have to hold in the key. But when we have unconditional on, it's going to follow out that ADSR without having to hold in a note. So a really nice feature there. Some good organs in here too. Another weird one. Now this is a preset I actually like to modify. So go here and put it in reset mode for the keyboard and put some glide on it. Just a cool sound. Another cool one, using oscillator 3 once again. Here's a mono preset. really nice mono patch there. It's a talking effect, just like what you see me do on the Memorymoog. I'm going to take this preset here and we'll edit it a little bit. I'm going to put a little reverb on it. Anyways, you can kind of get the idea, just some playing around there with some different things. We got the glide here. We can go full glide. Now we hit mono mode. This is going to be fun. Anyways, just a little edit there. We'll go to preset 62. Some horns. We'll try to reverb back off. Preset 64. It's got their arpeggiator. 68, here's 69. It's another great preset there. Here's 71. What this preset's using, it's actually using an envelope, and it's using a pulse width to actually off the envelope of the filter. So as you hit a key, it's going to make the pulse width disappear. As you can hear, let off and it's there, and that's for oscillator 2. So as you can hear. And turn that off. Another arpeggiator. Now this actually has a latched arpeggiator here. And you've actually got different modes of the arpeggiator. We'll turn it on. We can do last note latched, which is one of my favorites. That's it with the hold. There we go. You kind of see you can use hold to create an arpeggiator and then move it down the scale. So as you kind of get the idea. 75. $76. So we have accordion sound there for preset 77. It's a really fast arpeggiator. $95. We can lower the octave. Really great sounds. This one has presets I actually like to put in mono mode. It's really powerful, hit mono. So it has preset 97, here's 98. Very basic preset there. It's preset 0, and then here's 1 again. So anyways, you can hear this thing sounds really great. It's a great sounding instrument. Been quite a trip with this one, and appreciate all you guys that have watched all these videos in this series. And this will be the final video of this series on the hardcore Memorymoog restoration. But there'll be more like it here. I'm going to make some more videos like this. But appreciate all you guys watching. There'll be more to come here very soon. Take care. Something else I will show you real quick. I don't think I've ever demoed this on a Memorymoog. But I was talking earlier how I could plug in a external mono synth like I can do on the Polymoog. You can do the same thing on this thing. So I'm using our CV output. You got this keyboard mode button right here, which is off right now. So right now you're going to hear just the Memorymoog. When I hit this button, we're going to hear the modular back there. And then we can also change our keyboard mode by hitting mono and then go to keyboard mode here, and you'll see it says high. I don't know if you can see on camera or not. It says high. I can change it to latest, low note, high note. So if we go to low note, what will happen is when I play this, we'll just hit that and go enter. And of course enter again, voice 6 voices, but we'll turn mono back off. Now when we hit keyboard mode, it's going to be the lowest note. And I'll show you. So right now, once again, just the Memorymoog, we'll hit this button here. kind of demo that for you real quick. That's just the external output for the external CV mono synth output. Is what that's for. That's what this keyboard out does right here, for those that might be curious. But anyways, thanks again for watching.